Hi, everybody. Let me switch to my view real quick. Hello, everybody, and I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in for Live Spirit Frequencies. Sorry about the technical issues. I'm not sure if it was Ustream, YouTube, or James, actually, with his internet connection. He is currently trying to get his thing situated. He'll be back on in just a second. And I'd like to go ahead and, Scott, if you'd like to jump on and kind of welcome everybody in with Live Spirit Frequencies.
Well, welcome to Live Paranormal and Live Spirit Frequencies and everyone on YouTube. I want to send a special shout out to Rick G, Doppel, and Chris Walsh for joining us. And if you're on YouTube, there is a link down below where it can take you right on over to the liveparanormal.com chat room where we are all in there. So feel free to join. It's free. It's a great way to interact with everyone that's in the chat room and be able to share your stories. And anything you may hear, you can put it in the chat. We love hearing your experiences and the different things that are on there.
And James, you're here with us. Welcome. Just to throw you for a loop. And anyway,
thank you.
I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. I apologize about the technical issues again. I'm going to try to figure out what the heck is going on. This happened last week, I believe, as well.
Mm-hmm. I even had Skype. Skype block up on me. I reboot the computer and ended up doing an update too.
Well, we had our own technical issues as well. So I mean, I got to figure out what's going on with that as well.
But, I know, yeah.
But yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and let's do a burst session, Jer.
Over here?
Yep.
All right. Hello, if there are any spirits here with us tonight, we would ask you politely to come forward and speak with us now. Use this little recording device right here. Excuse me.
And this is Dominic. I'm sure you know who I am by now. I'm that guy that keeps talking to you and sometimes can't acknowledge that I can hear you in time. But I do hear you every once in a while. And I'd like to thank you for your communication. How are you doing this evening?
Could you tell us your name?
And out of curiosity, can you see the screen directly in front of us? Can you tell me what color we look on that screen? I'm kind of hearing stuff. You? Very, very faintly.
Yeah.
I'm going to turn this up, Ted. Now, after I turn that up a little bit, can you please let us know what your name is? Was that Charlie? Did you say Charlie? If so, could you do like a hip hip yay? Something very strong pronouncing that would acknowledge that you said that. I guess
Yeah.
probably
Stop it there.
probably good for right now with that. And I'm gonna go ahead and turn this mic down just a tad. Bring it right back to where it was. And we're going to go ahead and play this back for you. And we have a little blip on here for you that just to forewarn you, this audio may be loud. Adjust your headphones to a comfortable level. We don't want you to blast your eardrums out. So I put this advisory up there for you. Just, visually, I think it might be helpful to see it instead of us just saying it. So I'm going to go ahead and take that off there now. And go ahead and play this back for you.
Hello, if there are any spirits here with us tonight, we would ask you politely to come forward and speak with us now. Use this little recording device right here. Excuse me.
And this is Dominic. I'm sure you know who I am by now. I'm that guy that keeps talking to you and sometimes can't acknowledge that I can hear you in time. But I do hear you every once in a while. And I'd like to thank you for your communication. How are you doing this evening?
Hearing I'm doing just fine. That's what I'm hearing. Put it back one more time. Right there.
Could you tell us your name?
And out of curiosity, can you see the screen directly in front of us? Can you tell me what color we look on that screen?
I'm hearing replies.
On that screen? I'm kind of hearing stuff.
You guys look purplish pink.
Very, very faintly. Yeah, I'm gonna turn this up, Ted. Now, after I turn that up a little bit, can you please let us know what your name is?
Charles. Oh, no.
If there's a... Hello, if there are any tonight, we would start here.
Be a couple seconds to cue that back up.
What are you doing this evening? I'm gonna turn this up, Ted.
I believe the name is Charles.
Now, after I turn that up a little bit, can you please let us know what your name is? Was that Charlie? Did you say Charlie? if so, could you do like a hip hip yay? Something very strong pronouncing that would acknowledge that you said that. I guess, yeah, probably have set it there. I'm good for right now with that.
Alright, and I think that's it for that recorder. And James, are you all set up with your station? Creation station? May help if I turn up your audio. Okay. Are you all set?
I'm setting it up right now.
Okay. And while you're setting that up, Scott, would you you just did the Stanley Hotel. Did you want to talk a little bit about it?
Yeah, it was. Thank you, Dom, by the means, for streaming it there. It was awesome to be able to take the time to be able to do a live stream from there. And if you haven't had a chance to check it out, it's on, I believe, either Dom's or my page, one of those, or both of ours actually, or vice versa. I had a very, very interesting time. There were some amazing captures there. I actually did some interviews from the Stanley of some of the hotel staff members, and one of the significant finds that I actually had is a little girl was walking in the hall there, and as she was walking, I didn't hear her say it, but I had a recorder going at the time, and it captured her saying, "Look at all the spirits," and it was a very, very interesting find that a young little girl, can't be more than knee high, maybe a little bit taller, maybe 3 or 4 or 5 years old, maybe 6 the most. But that was very, very cool. And then being able to attend the Nick Groff tour there was awesome, to be able to see the different history of the different locations, because there's 12 buildings on the site at the Stanley. And we got to check them out and check out the tunnels. There is actual, behind the front desk was a switchboard. And during the interview, we were actually able to go back behind there, and you can actually hear the plugs going where somebody was actually, like, they were making a phone call. And one of our mutual friends, actually, and you guys were on Skype at the time when we actually heard, and we did an EVP session in the room. Thank you, Panda and Robert, for coming up there and seeing me and hanging out. It was an awesome time. And they came up to the room, and we were Summer was there, which is her daughter, and she did her first EVP session there at the Stanley Hotel. And we actually picked up what sounded like a dial tone, but it was like the old-fashioned dial tones. It wasn't like a normal one that you would normally get, and my phone didn't ring into the room. So that was kind of odd. I had real weird things happen the whole week I was there. Monday through, I think, Sunday when I flew back, and had some awesome times there, being able to interview Nick. And I'm actually heading back next week. I'm heading back out. I'm actually heading to Ohio State Reformatory to be able to attend an event there that Nick's having there. And I'm going to be interviewing Nick Groff, or not Nick Groff, but John Tenney and a couple of other people there at OSR. So I'm very excited to be able to do that next week. I guess I don't know too much more. You'll have to stay tuned to Live Paranormal and to Dom's show, and make sure you check out the Facebook pages and stay up to date with all the different things that are going to be going on.
Yep, and if anybody is interested, you can find that playlist. It's actually linked on my channel as well as on My Paranormal Corner. And it has a playlist of all the videos from when he was at the Stanley. And there are great things coming out that Scott, I think he made an announcement earlier today, within the next 30 days or so. And you're going to be releasing that on Live Paranormal, correct?
Yeah, I'm going to be releasing the interviews as well as some of the footage that I've got from the Stanley Hotel. I guess I'll leave it at that. Dom, back to you.
Alrighty, and James, I think you're all set. You're ready to roll with your water ITC. All right, I'm gonna mute us, and then I'm gonna mute Scott, if you can mute as well, and then I'll just be audio with James.
Okay, I'm just taking one last 2-second look here. Okay, so much for that. We'll get started here. My camera has gone missing in action. I just had the darn thing too. Okay, anyways, you guys ready? Okay. Hi, my name is James. I'm here to communicate with you. Is there anyone tonight here that would be willing to communicate with me? If so, could you tell me your name, please? And how old would you be at the same time? Where do you come from originally? Do you miss it being from there? Now I have a few other people here. You got Jay, you got Scott, you got Dom. Would you like to say hi to any of them? What's it like where you are right now? Do you just come to visit, or are you always around us? What was your favorite type? Personally, I listen to classic rock. Is there anybody that you miss right now? No, I have a few pets of my own. Did you ever have a pet? What was your favorite animal? Now, I was wondering, I'm holding something in my hand. I'm just wondering if you could tell me what it is. And this is what I was holding in my hand. Now, did you ever have any kids? If so, how old were they? Were you ever married? And if so, how long? Do you remember who any of your friends were back when you were around? What was your most favorite you owned, your favorite possession? Is there anything you'd like to tell me in particular? Do you find it hard for me to communicate with me like this, or is there any way in particular that it's easier for you to communicate with me with? Our friend Scott, he was just at the Stanley doing an investigation. Did you follow him from there? If so, did he pick you up in an EVP? Have you ever been there before? Is there any way you could make yourself visible in this water? It would be much appreciated. Was there someone trying to say hi to me there? Now, what kind of mood are you in right now? Now, do you still feel things like cold and dampness and stuff like that? Now, do you have anything that you'd like to say to anybody in our chat? Could you tell me what your fondest memory was? Do you find it easier for me to communicate with you like this, or if I use a spirit box, or what do you prefer? Because we try to communicate with you in many different ways, and it's always helpful to know which way is easiest. Now, are you back here waiting on something, or are you waiting to see the light? Do you ever get frustrated when we try to communicate with you? If so, explain why. What's the best advice you could give me for when I pass on? Have you been trying to show yourself in the water? No. There's a person saying he's seen a skull in the water twice already. That's why I'm asking. Now, is it possible for you to go from place to place, like while we're on the computer? Like, jump between Scott, Dom, and I. Are you from my area where I live right now? If so, whereabouts were you from? What would your background be? Were you ever into anything like video games, or were you around for that? Or did you ever own a computer? Okay. And I'd like to thank you very much for your attempts of communicating with me there. I'm going to end this session. And once again, thank you very much. Back to you, Dom.
I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. I'm going to go ahead and play our little promotional tribute to one of the other channels that we're promoting as well. And then after that, we're going to come back and have Scott do the EVP session. Each week, we would like to showcase other channels and our supporters within the field. Check out Chris V's fantastic channel. Curious of haunted histories in the past? Join in with her interactive chat. Coming back each week with brand new content, interesting paranormal personal stories, and paranormal interviews and group chats. Check out her YouTube or her Facebook. Just search Chris V's radio show. Each week we... That's much clearer, and now go over here. And Scott, you're on, bud. We're going to go ahead and mute ourselves.
All right. Thank you, Dom. Good evening, spirits. My name's Scott, and I am back home. I know I've been gone for about a week, but I'm back here in Arizona, and I am on actually live spirit frequencies that we have every week, and I know it's kind of something different. We've kind of had some technical things going on. Is that paranormal related? Now, it was real funny. Last week when we were at the Stanley, we had a lot of technical issues, and some of the other people were saying that things tend to malfunction on the fourth floor. Is that true? How many spirits reside currently with me here at this house? Did a spirit from the Stanley follow me home? If so, can you tell me what his or her name is? Now, I am traveling next week to Ohio State Reformatory. Um, Last time I was there was my first time actually attending the location. A spirit there said my name. Can you tell me what the spirit's name that said my name was? Can you tell me some of the names of some of the people that attended the Nick Groff tour at Ohio State Reformatory? Now, one of the interesting things that had happened here is last night I was actually watching the show from Friday night that I didn't get a chance to watch there in Colorado. Can you tell me what you had said on the recorder last night? Now, there's a special inmate that called me out last time I was at OSR that kept saying his name on my recorder. I'm assuming that's a call out because he just kept on saying his name everywhere I was going. Um, can you say his name on the recorder now? Now, spirits, if you could really just use the energy in the room, um, feel free to say anything you want. Only thing I ask is that you speak loud and clearly. Again, the recorder will not hurt you in any way, shape, or form. But if there's a message to anybody that's in chat currently that you'd like to say a message to them, please feel free to do so now. Now, last night, I actually got like what it sounded like a little kid's voice. Um, if there's a little kid here, a boy or a girl, and you would like to say your name, please do so. Now, I'm traveling, like I said, next week to OSR. I'm going to be seeing a number of different people there. Can you tell me one of the names of one of the people I'm going to be seeing there? Well, what I'm going to do now is play this back. And if there's anything we can do to help you, please feel free to let us know on the recorder and we'll see what we can do. All right. Thank you, spirits. Now, just a fair warning, this could be fairly loud, so you might want to adjust your headsets as we're doing this, and I'll try to be as cautious to your guys' ears as I can. And back home, I know I've been gone for about a week, but I'm back here in Arizona, and I am on actually live spirit frequencies that we have every week, and I know it's kind of something different. We've kind of had some technical things going on. Is that paranormal related? Now, it was real funny. Last week when we were at the Stanley, we had a lot of technical issues, and some of the other people were saying that things tend to malfunction on the 4th floor. Is that true? How many spirits reside currently with me here at this house? Did a spirit from the Stanley follow me home? If so, can you tell me what his or her name is? I think there's something there. If so, can you tell me what his or her name is? If so, can you tell me what his or her name is? Now, I am traveling next week to Ohio State Reformatory. Last time I was there was my first time actually attending the location. A spirit there said my name. Can you tell me what the spirit's name that said my name was? Can you tell me some of the names? Can you tell me some of the names of some of the people that attended the Nickroff tour at Ohio State Reformatory? Now, one of the interesting Now, one of the interesting things that had happened here is last night I was actually watching the show from Friday night that I didn't get a chance to watch there in Colorado. Can you tell me what you had said on the recorder last night? Now, there's a special inmate that called me out last time I was at OSR that kept saying his name on my recorder. I'm assuming that's a call out because he just kept on saying his name everywhere I was going. Can you say his name on the recorder now? Now, spirits, now, spirits, if you could really just use the energy in the room, feel free to say anything you want. The only thing I ask is that you speak loud and clearly. Again, the recorder will not hurt you in any way, shape, or form. But if there's a message to anybody that's in chat currently that you'd like to say a message to them. Now, last night, I actually got like what it sounded like a little kid's voice. If there's a little kid here, a boy or a girl, and you would like to say your name, please do so. Now I'm traveling. Now I'm traveling. Now I'm traveling. Now I'm traveling, like I said, next week to OSR. I'm going to be seeing a number of different people there. Can you tell me one of the names of one of the people I'm going to be seeing there? Well, what I'm going to... Well, what I'm... Well, what I'm... Well, what I'm going to do now is play this back. And if there's anything we can do to help you, please feel free to let us know on the recorder and we'll see what we can do. All right. All right. All right. Thank you, Spirit. All right, Don, that's everything I've got. Back to you.
Alrighty. And I'd like to thank everybody that was able to tune in. And, yeah, I think we're going to definitely be going over this. We did go through some of the water ITC, and I got to apologize. Actually, I didn't even play the findings from episode 3. So what I'm actually going to do right now, before we end our show, I'm going to go ahead and play those real quick. Just with all the technical difficulties. I'm going to air that, and then right after that's done airing, I think we'll probably call it a night for the show. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. If you're on YouTube, if you're on Ustream, go ahead and like liveparanormal.com on Facebook, or check out their website. And don't forget to check out myparanormalcorner.com as well. You can check out upstatesupernatural.com as well if you'd like to. And I'm going to swing this over to you guys first, and then we'll go ahead and play the evidence at the end. So I'm going to go to Scott. I'll go to you first, bud. You're muted.
Sorry about that, Dom.
Not a problem.
I just want to say thank you to everyone on YouTube and everyone that is in the chat room for all the support, and it just means a lot to all of us. And please give a thumbs up and a share on social media. We appreciate it. And stay tuned for next week as I will be taking my road trip to OSR. And you don't know whether or not we're going to be streaming from there or YouTubing or anything. So just stay tuned.
And James, I'm going to go right to you, bud.
Okay. I'd like to thank everyone for coming out. It's always a pleasure coming on every week there and trying to investigate new ways for communications. I'd like to thank. There's not too many people left in the room there, but
I'd just give a general shout out. I mean,
yeah,
I'd like to thank everybody with YouTube. You know.
Yeah, well, yeah, there's YouTube as well. And, no, I hope everybody enjoyed the show tonight. And thank you for coming out and hope to see you next week.
All right, and I'm
Scott?
gonna go ahead and queue up the evidence findings from episode 3. We actually didn't do a evidence review for last week's episode, which I think I'm gonna do actually, and we'll put that with our. If you go on our playlist on Upstate Supernatural, we do have like specials, our reunion episode. We also have last week's episode in there, and it's also linked on Scott's channel as well. And if it's not, it's gonna get there. So we'll have it on his website, have it everywhere for him, because it's as much his as it is for Live Paranormal and for Upstate Supernatural. But without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and play the evidence, and we will catch you next Thursday.
Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Prefer a certain way of communication? Is it through a digital recorder, water ITC, or a different type of object? If so, what works best with you? Prefer a certain way of communication? Is it through a digital recorder, water ITC, or a different type of object? If so, what works best with you?
Can you place your hand in the water? Can you place your hand in the water?
Alright, I think that's it for what we're gonna try with the water ITC for right now. And James, I'm gonna be switching over to you real quick, bud, so that you can go ahead and do the burst session for the later half of the show. Alright, I think that's it for what we're gonna try with the water ITC for right now. And James, I'm going to be switching over to you real quick, bud, so that you can go ahead and do the burst session for the later half of the show.
And everybody was saying their favorite flavors. What favorite flavor of ice cream did you like?
I thought I just heard strawberry.
Strawberry.
Pretty loud, actually.
And everybody was saying their favorite flavors. What favorite flavor of ice cream did you like?
I thought I just heard strawberry.
Strawberry.
Pretty loud, actually.
Now, on a serious note, how old are you? Now, on a serious note, how old are you? Do you know Scott or Dom or Jer? Do you know Scott or Dom or Jer? What was your favorite thing to do? Your favorite hobby? What was your favorite thing to do? Your favorite hobby?